Maybe you found one this weekend and took it home. That's a great tease, but we have to get into the story. Or maybe you just saw one and you didn't think to check it all out.
But more likely, if you spent any time out in public this weekend, you may have found yourself hearing bells.
Yeah.
Matt King's live in our studio to explain.
Yeah, Don and Michelle, bells like this one. We're going to hang this chime in Nampa right after the show. The goal that someone who needs a little kindness will take it home.
That one tiny piece of ceramic changes their attitude, gives them hope.
They summon their finders with tinkling invitations sent on the wind, calling out to Idahoans who lost a job or a loved one, or perhaps even those in danger of losing themselves, put there by a Tucson mother who lost her son.
I felt like I couldn't survive this loss, and honestly, a lot of the times I didn't want to.
Ben Mara died 10 years ago, shortly before his 3rd birthday. His death left his parents desperate for kindness from those they didn't know.
You couldn't tell by looking at me, how broken I was.
Simple gestures took on new meaning.
A smile or a good morning or holding open a door or letting me into traffic.
Those tiny connections kept us going.
Soon, the Mara's priorities shifted from survival to healing and remembrance.
I love that someone's grief turned into appreciation and then blossomed into a movement.
Bells. Hung initially in Tucson, then Phoenix, Denver, and North Carolina, and brought to Idaho by Mary and Ron Pridmore.
This is the opportunity for a lot of strangers to value another human being without ever knowing how they did it.
Find one of these handmade ceramic wind chimes, and you get to take it home. No questions asked. But if you do ask Jeanette Mara or the Pridmores or the Ben's Bells website, the chimes have a way of finding people when they need them the most. During a battle with cancer, right before Mother's Day, right after losing a parent.
I think the story that we never hear will be the best story ever.
And one the storyteller likely stumbled upon thanks to the tolling of a little bell. And while not everyone's ready to receive kindness or looking for it, dozens of Idahoans hung 500 bells in public places from Ada to Canyon County for those who were. Since Ben's death 10 years ago, volunteers have now hung more than 25,000 bells. The Maras chose clay, paint, twine, and metal to help them honor their son. Those materials built an empire of kindness, an amplifier of compassion, but did little to protect Jeanette and Dean from the ache of missing their son.
This sort of loss doesn't go away.
Simple bells can't reverse a tragedy. They can assure the Mara's youngest an eternity in memory and a legacy of improving the world he left behind. Here in Idaho, the Pridmores didn't want to talk about the money that goes into all of those bells, saying that's not the point. The investment and the return transcends a balance sheet or a time clock. Live in studio, Matt King, today's 6 News.
Okay.